Before the video starts, this was filmed just before the COVID-19 pandemic kicked off and lockdowns were introduced. Yes, it's taken me this long to get around to editing this video. It's now 2021, but here you go, enjoy. Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Pt.1, and by the glorious interior, I've picked up another Toyota, a yellow MR2. I've bought this cheap, needs a bit of work doing to it. The engine is blown up, got a hole in the block, and the interior needs a good clean, and there's also a few other little jobs that we're going to do on the car. Taking the engine cover for better access. Just going to start pulling stuff off until we can get the engine and gearbox out. Pretty much got most of the stuff off we need to from the top side. We've also brought the wiring from the inside of the car out because we're going to drop it all down with the engine. So we're just going to go underneath the car, remove all the fluids, take out the drive shafts, and then we should be ready to take the engine and gearbox out. Engine's ready to come out, and we're going to lower it down and hopefully just take the AC compressor off where it sits. So if you know anything about these Mark III MR2s, you'll most likely know that there is nowhere near enough room to get the engine and gearbox out through the top of the engine, even if you do take either one of them off first. So it's got to come out the bottom. Probably best to do this job on a ramp and have the proper tools to do it. Be smart, don't go underneath the car fully. Obviously have the axle stands to catch it if need be. Managed to get the engine and gearbox out. It was a bit of a battle. Did manage to get the AC compressor off before taking the engine fully out. Now I was curious to see how bad a condition the engine was in. I also need to take the gearbox off for the new engine, and also decided to take off any bits that I may need as well for the new engine. If not, I'll just put them in storage or sell them on as extra. Pull the head off. We'll just have a look at. Got 4 bent valves on the cylinder 4. Cylinder 2 and 3 are fine. Cylinder 1, we have some bent valves as well. Onto the block, you can clearly see cylinder 1 has completely swiveled round and damaged everything. See 1 hole in the block, 2 holes in the block, and also in a hole in the sump. Cracking around here, which tried to come out as well. This side, we've got another hole, and also cracking all the way down here. Now I'm going to pull the sump off just to see how bad it is inside. Now you guys would have wanted to see this, so pull the sump off. Oh, there's lots of metal fragments on there. There is also a hole which I'm putting my finger in through to lift it off. Don't know how well you guys can see that. Light is fading on us, so we have lost a lot of our light. See metal in the oil pickup. Cylinder 1 completely toast. Conrod snapped. Cylinder 2, no oil. You can see how hot it's gotten. Cylinder 3, not bad. I wouldn't trust it though. Cylinder 4, oh, there is not even a big end left in here. And obviously several holes in the block. Light has faded away for filming, but I'm pretty much just going to tidy up now. As you can see, there is a bit of mess behind me. If I was doing an engine rebuild, I would have put the engine on the engine stand to do this, but as it's scrap, may as well just do it on the driveway. So yeah, I'm going to see whether it's better just to get a full engine or whether I can just get away with a short block, even with the head with a few bent valves. I'm going to go away and research that and continue the video later on. So it's a week later, just picked up another engine. Before we get that ready to go in, I'm going to give the engine bay a quick wash because that's the best time to do it when there's nothing in the way. cleaned all the engine bay. Also cleaned up some under trays that we were able to get hold of. Now on the engine, just going to swap a few things over because breakers, they just cut hoses and whatnot, so I'm going to swap those over and then we'll be ready to put it in. Got the gearbox on, thanks to the help with my brother, got the engine in, so enjoy the time lapse of that, and I'm going to bolt everything else to it. Pretty much got everything back apart from the brakes and also the exhaust. But first, before we put that back on, we're going to be topping up the gearbox oil. So I did finish off putting all the exhaust on. Did get too dark to film, as you can probably tell behind me. So going to tidy up. I'm going to go for a shower because I am filthy. And tomorrow going to put in the engine oil, also the coolant, and also start doing the other little jobs that need doing on the car other than the engine change, and give it a very good clean. So with the MAF unplugged, this is how the first start went. Now with the MAF plugged in, moving on to the next job, which is doing the rear calipers. Don't know if you can see, but the handbrake is currently stuck on. So we've got new calipers to throw on there and fix the problem. Both rear calipers replaced, just time to replace the lower steering UJ. Much more of a battle getting this off than this video looks. Now we can put the new steering UJ on and the boot, and all good. Steering UJ done, a lot less play, now time for cleaning. Just gave it a quick wash. Going to pull the front end to the garage because I want to polish the headlights up. Polished one headlight, got the next one to do. Not sure if you can see it on the camera, but that's nice and clear. This one, bit cloudy. Both headlights polished. Let's move on to the interior. So before we get started, gonna drop the roof and remove the seats just to make it easier. So we've got the seats removed, and now you're just gonna look at the abomination that was the interior. This was all underneath the seats, so gonna put some gloves on and remove it all. So I didn't quite get the angle right on the camera for wearing it on my head, but I still managed to get these clips of cleaning the interior. You're kidding me, a butter knife. Also, I'm going to take the carpets out. And a fork! For fork's sake. Terrible pun, I know. Money! Funny money! Remove the car mat as well. Oh, ha ha! Pair of socks are and they're crusty. Oh, that is disgusting. Oh, yuck. They are definitely going in the bin. Oh, and the key. I wonder. So I've got the majority of the big chunks out, gonna give it a good hoover now. Vacuuming all done, took about an hour. Turning trim bits like this into nice clean bits like this. Using a bit of interior cleaner, microfiber and a detailing brush. Got all the interior clean, gonna clean the seats and get them back in. Last touch to the interior, get rid of this tacky aftermarket gear knob. Genuine 6-speed one. Car was converted to a 6-speed before I owned it. I'm gonna end part 1 here, so if you wanna go check out my latest video, and then also style it build, and I'll see you guys in part 2.